All right, so we're back to using the same data that we had the other day, using the Back to the Future car. All right, so a DeLorean sports car has a wide range of speeds that it can achieve depending on its traction. The distribution of speed follows an approximately normal distribution with a mean of 80 and a standard deviation of 7.7. All right. This question is asking what percent of the runs will be less than 70 miles per hour. So this, when you see the word what percent right here, that's telling you that you want to find you want to find the area. This is find the area. What percent means find the area. So this problem is going to become, you got two choices. One is calculate an area and the other one is calculate a value. This is a calculate the area problem. So this is what we were doing, this is what we did last week. Okay? So when we did this section right here, that's this right here. Calculate the area is doing what's on this in this table right here. All right? Okay. So let's go back and let's make a sketch here. All right, and we're told that the average is 80 and the standard deviation 7.7. We want the percent that is less than 70 miles per hour. So we want to find this shaded part. All right, so what we did was, first you got to find the z-score, and then find the table value for the z-score. So what we're going to do here first is we're going to convert 70 to its z-score. Okay, and that's what this does right here, the equation. Okay, so the z-score for 70 is 70, take away the average, divided by the standard deviation. Okay, so that math is okay, I already calculated it, guys, so I'll just give it to you. This, when you do the math, you get negative 1.30. All right, and now your second part is find the table value for that z-score. So you're going to do the table A value. So I just go to my table and I find negative 1.3 and I write down what the area is. That's the percentage. So find the z-score, find the table A value. All right, so we're going to go to our table here. Negative 1.30. Negative 1, there's 1.3. And then 0 would be this first column. Okay, so there's my value. Okay, so then I write that guy down, 0.968. So that is 9.68%. So in this problem, guys, the problem gave you, we call this, it gave you the area. So you were given, you were given the value, and the question was, find the area. Now the next one is just the reverse of this. Okay. Now I'll also show you, this is doing it by hand. Now if we wanted to do this using the applet, okay, so we're going to go to this applet now, and we want to find the area under the curve. So it's going to end up looking like this. Okay, so I'll do that. So let's see. Okay, calculate the area under a normal curve. This was 80. This was 7.7. I wanted to find the area to the left of 70. Then my area was 9.7%. All right, so this one, it says, Marty wants his last run to be the 85th percentile. Okay, so right here, it gave you this is the area. The question's asking you for what's the speed. So you want to find the value. Find the value. So you see, this is just the reverse of the first one. This one, we're given the area, and we want to find the value. So it's the backwards example of the first one. Now you know the area, what's the value? The first one was you knew the value, what's the area? All right, so you make a sketch. Fifth percentile. Well, the mean, guys, this right here, the 80 miles per hour, that's the 50th percentile. So the 84th percentile is going to be over here somewhere. And what we want to figure out is how many miles per hour is it? And that area is 0.85. That's the 85th percentile, and we want to know, well, what speed would be the 85th percentile? Okay. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to the first thing we're going to do is go to the table and find the z-score that goes with this decimal. So first, all right, so what we're going to do is find the z-score. Okay, so we want to find the z-score. So you don't know the z-value, you want to find it. So we go to table A, and we got to find 0.85. Okay. So we know it's going to be a positive z-score because it's above. Anytime the mean is z equals 0. So it's going to be past the mean, so it's going to be a positive number. So I'm going to look for 0.85 right here. That's the closest as I can get to it. Okay, and so this is 0.00, 0, 1, 2, 3. So my z-score is going to be 1.04. Okay, so I'll drop that in. Positive 1.04. Okay, and now fill in the rest of the stuff that you know. Let's see, we don't know the value, that's x. We know the average, and we know the standard deviation. So now you're going to solve for x. So to solve this, we multiply both sides by 7.7. Okay, and let's see. 7.7 times 1.04. This is 8.008 equals x minus 80, and then I add 80 to each side. And if you're familiar with the movie, that's how fast he had to go in order to jump time. Miles per hour. All right, so we got this, we'll call this like type 1 problem. Find the area. Type 2, find the value. And now type 3 is going to be different. But before we do that, let me show you how to do this one on the applet. Okay, so if I'm doing the second problem on the applet, it's real easy. Okay, all you do is you change the operation up top. Change it from calculate an area to calculate a value. And we want the value that is left of the 85th percentile. So you got left tail, right tail, and you got to put your percentile in as a decimal. This is the 85th percentile. And you can see my value, it's 87.981, which would round to 88. So that's doing it using the applet. Okay, so the last type. So Marty's changing his vehicle. He's going to use a Honda CRX. He knows that the CRX has a mean speed of 74 and the 80th percentile is 88. Now this question is find its standard deviation. So this is different than the previous two problems. Okay, so the type 3 problem is find the mean, or in this case, the standard deviation. So type 3. Okay, so let's see what we got here. We're going to draw a picture. Okay, now we've got a new mean. The new mean is 74. We don't know the standard deviation, so I'm just going to leave it. Okay, let's see. This is 74 miles per hour. And the 80, okay, so the 74 miles per hour would be the 50th percentile. So the 80th percentile is going to be somewhere over here. And it is 88 miles per hour. Okay, so this area is the 80th percentile. That's this decimal. Emily, got it? Okay. All right, so what you're going to do on this is you're going to get you're going to start off doing the same thing you did here. Okay, get the z-score that goes with this area. So first, you want to find the z-score for this area. And when you get that, you're going to put it right there. Okay, so I go to table A and I find the closest one to 80%, 0.8. So that's going to be on the second page, 0.8. Well, let's see, I got 7995 and 823. So use the one that's closest, which would be the 0.7995. Okay, so my z-score is 0.84. Alrighty, so let's see, 0.84. Okay, and now plug in what else you know. So let's see, I know the value. That's going to go right there. So that's 88 minus, okay, I know the average, 74. That's going to go right there. And I don't know the standard deviation. So our second step here is, once you fill out this formula, then you're going to solve for either, in this case, we're solving for the standard deviation. Sometimes you might be solving for the mean, the average. It all depends on what the problem gives you. This one's saying find the standard deviation. So that's where our x went. All right, so to solve this, multiply both sides by x, get it out of the denominator. Okay, so we got divide. And this is going to be our standard deviation. So let's see, 14 divided by 0.84. So I already got it up there. It's 16.66 repeating. So 16.7 is the standard deviation. So there's the three different types of problems that you got to know how to do. Now what we'll do next is just summarize what you had to do right here where it says quick notes. We'll just write down how do you go about doing these types of problems. Okay? And then we'll stop there for today. We'll practice using these different types of identifying what kind of problem you got, and then using these summaries right here to solve for it.